Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Easy Does It Pod. We're back. We're back together in the same place. It's pretty special. This is pretty special right now. Zoe's back in Toronto. Whoop, whoop. We were on the ice together this morning.
That we were.
It was it's just nice to be back in your orbit again, buddy.
I feel the same way. Also, I just want to point out that I saw Emma Buckles today in a tight t-shirt for the first time in a long time, and holy guacamole, those traps are trapping. I don't know what you're lifting. I don't know what you're working. Her traps are almost as big as her dump truck now. You have biceps on your trapezoids.
Maybe I might have to start changing oil or something on TikTok. I might have to. Anyways, yeah, it's nice to have you back, Zozo.
Thank you.
What is new? Have you read any new books? I always learn something new this portion of the episode. So, what's new in your life, buddy?
I have some work to be done on my truck, so
What happened?
some incidents occurred.
Who's responsible for it?
I'd rather not say. Don't worry about it. Just know that I'm gonna take care of it. I'm gonna film it and I'm gonna put it on TikTok.
Right. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Just to show what a normal person is doing what Zoe does, but how Zoe does it just blows up on TikTok.
It's gonna get greasy. It's gonna get greasy.
I'm just gonna do 100 push-ups before my filming of my video, but.
You don't need to. Those traps.
Yeah, they speak for themselves.
What's happening with you now? I told you my update. What's your update?
My update is I acquired some Zoe Boyd sunglasses.
Hey, yo! Who wore it better?
I went to the Tate McRae concert.
What happened at Tate McRae?
Unbelievable. She's so good. I don't know. People like to hate on her. I'm a big lover, and
you're just a lover, not a fighter.
I'm not a lover. Yeah, I'm not a lover. I'm not a lover. But no, she's unreal. The show, everything. We had some good times. Good times were had, and I acquired these from my friend Brooke, and I was like, I'm keeping these because these are my Zoe glasses. Aww, so yeah. Now,
can you sing a Tate McRae song? Because I struggle to know who she is.
Oh my gosh. She's the artist that you hear all of her songs.
Buckles. Then sing one. Okay?
You know, but
Mama ain't raised no.
That's gonna have to be on like a different channel. Very intimate channel. I can't sing. I can't just bring out my vocals like that.
Come on.
I'll blow you away. But a bunch of people know her songs. They're always playing, whether it's in the mall, at the club, Greedy.
I don't know, Tate, sweetie.
X's.
I'm sorry, I don't know what.
But yeah, great performer. It was awesome, and yeah, life's been good. Just been going to the gym while you've been gone because I don't know what else to do.
I can tell.
Yeah,
so I'm responsible for those.
Yeah, Tate McRae's unbelievable. If she's in your city, go see her. Go support a Canadian female artist. She's from Calgary. Props. So, today, we have a very special guest. This one has been requested nonstop. We've been requesting this one. Mm-hmm. We've been chatting with her, and we're so excited to make this happen today. An icon, a TikToker, legend. A hockey player on the side. Everybody welcome Emily Clark.
Stop it.
Sister Clark. So happy we can make this work. This is awesome. We haven't seen Sister Clark since the season, so this is a real treat. A really nice reunion for everybody.
Yeah. And she looks so good. She's glowing.
Sister Clark, how have things been since the season? You've been on some fun trips.
Yeah, life has been very busy. I feel like I've been living out of a suitcase, but I've definitely traveled around a bit and gotten lots in, so I can't complain.
Heck yeah.
Aw, that's nice, Clarky.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Where was your favorite place that you traveled so far?
My favorite place I went to this summer was Italy. We went for 12 days and then we went to the UK for 3 because we switched our flights and went to Taylor Swift on the way home.
Oh,
Stop it.
Yeah.
Was that just like on a
So
whim?
it's been hard to just, yeah, it's been hard to just live normal life ever since going to Taylor Swift. But
life is dull now.
yeah, the sun just doesn't shine the same way it used to. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait, are you a Swiftie? Are you a Swiftie, Clarky?
Her? No.
I do love Taylor Swift, but after going to the concert and seeing like true Swifties, it's like I'm respectful enough to know that I can't call myself Swiftie because it's like next level. But like I love Taylor Swift. Like I feel like we grew up with Taylor Swift.
So if you had to be an era, what era would you be?
I mean, I don't really know I don't know if when people say that, if that's based on just like what songs they like or like what era of life Taylor was living. So I feel like people are very into her personal life, but I really like the album 1989. Like I think it came out my freshman year of college. So I feel like a lot of fun memories to that album.
A lot of bangers.
Is 1989 the year you were born?
Like actually kind of not that far off, which is too bad.
Valid question.
Dude, there's so many bangers. Like Shake It Off, Blank Space. Anyways.
Is that album 1985? What is
1989 Zoe. Dude, sometimes I literally feel like Zoe is like a grandma and I'm like have to explain things to her. Let's get back to the substance. We want to talk to you. We're just going to take you through your whole life, if you don't mind. Okay? We're just going to take you step by step. Yeah.
The year was 1989.
Imagine we just like start telling like facts. He's like, how'd you know that?
It was a Tuesday.
It was a little gloomy. But you grew up in Saskatoon, correct?
Correct.
I'm imagining it's a smallish town. I remember I've been to Regina before. Saskatoon's not far, no?
No, Saskatoon's like 2 hours away. But people from Saskatchewan, like I adore Saskatchewan, but people from Saskatoon are like competitive with Regina, you know, like we are like, oh no, Saskatoon is where it's at, you know?
It's different. Okay. And how was it's a smallish town, no, right? Like it's not anything crazy like Toronto.
Oh god, yeah. It's a city still, but it's like super small compared to GTA or anywhere in there.
So how was it growing up and like playing competitive hockey in that type of space?
I mean, I loved it. I feel like hockey is huge there, and I have 4 older brothers and an older sister. And well, my dad now he runs a rink, but both of my parents they actually met working at McDonald's. My grandpa was a franchisee owner, so my dad, when they started dating, was like dating the boss's daughter kind of thing. But now my dad runs a rink, and he got that job when I was like 12. So I feel like hockey was just like the center of everything for us growing up. And with my brothers, like it's like all we did. And then I'd go to like work with my dad and skate before school and stuff like that. So, I mean, I loved growing up in Saskatoon.
They should put a McDonald's in the hockey rink.
They should. I could support
something.
that. I try to eat well and whatever, but I'm not like can't have McDonald's, can't go through drive. Like I love McDonald's breakfast. Like that is still the best breakfast you can have.
So good. The hash browns.
McDonald's, are you listening?
Oh yeah.
Dude, we're gonna
at McDonald's
is sponsoring this episode. We only have the finest sponsors. When Gabby came on, we had Acorn Stairlift sponsoring us. Now we have McDonald's. But that's electric, so
just growing exponentially.
Yeah.
I mean the charts just for us nowhere but up. But that's super cool. So growing up in like a smaller town, how was like getting into like that competitive space? Like obviously making Team Canada at U18s, like what was that experience like coming from maybe not the most competitive city growing up, like a Toronto, where there's like a ton of talent?
Yeah, I guess I didn't really know any different. Like growing up in Saskatoon and playing AAA in Saskatoon, I got to play like U18 as an underage, so I feel like that helped me a lot because I was like 13 playing with like 13, 14 with high school girls. But then when I went to my first Team Canada camp, I think there was like three of us went to the summer camp that was fitness testing, and then two of us went to like only two people from one province at the whole camp for U18. And you're already nervous, then you don't know anyone. So I feel like I remember that being like pretty nerve-wracking. And also no one knows who you are too, because like you're the one kid from Saskatchewan. But I feel like very fortunate to be able to represent Saskatchewan. Like even my time on the national team, there's only been a couple of us over the last like decade. So still trying to rep and get even more girls from Sask hopefully on that team eventually. But getting to kind of go through this with Sophie Shirley and see her on the national team and getting to play in Saskatoon this year was like unreal experience.
Wow, that's beautiful, Clarky.
True icon.
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta go to Saskatoon, and I feel like we'd walk in, we'd see like banners.
Come to Saskatoon.
On the side of McDonald's.
We'll go to the lake.
There's lakes?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like what you do in Sask.
Really? I love lakes.
Yeah.
A body of water, count me in.
Yeah, say less. Sold. McDonald's, lakes.
That actually sounds like an absolute dream to you guys.
Cornfields.
Oh man. Wait, okay, Clarky, so you mentioned Team Canada. Obviously, you have, I would say, what?
She's played for Team Canada?
Clarky is an absolute icon on the Team Canada team. Whether that's a social media presence on TikTok, on the ice, just lighting it up, you have scaled up through that program, and it's been really cool because I remember like watching you when I was younger, and now getting to know you, and you're an absolute beauty. It's cool to like have that.
Me too. I watched you on TV.
Me too. I knew her too. Talk a little bit about like your experience. You started in U18s. And going up through the program, now on the national team, just unbelievable career so far. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thanks for the kind words, girls. Make me feel old, Zoe, and you're like, me too. I remember.
dude, I remember that. I remember that.
No, I mean, it's been like such a trip. I feel like only in the maybe last season or two that I feel like it's maybe been as long as it actually has. Because like when I first got on the national team, I was pretty young, and I feel like I was like the youngest for a few years. So I feel like I have this weird transition of like, in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like one of the youngest. And then I look at the birth years now and I'm like, when the hell did 2002s and 2000s, like what is happening?
You're like time out.
So I feel like I'm even looking at our Ottawa roster and birth dates before training camp. I'm like when, what, like I feel like I'm 23, so I don't know how like you guys are 23 and you're born whatever, you know. But
whoa.
Anyways, it's 25
and about to be 24.
Yeah, Clarky, okay? I'm like Let's pretty. I love how we're talking to Clarky like she's like
grandma.
She's gone through the Great Depression. Like she knows.
Yeah. She's been through both world wars.
Clarky's literally 4 years older than me.
I know. Zoe I was born in 1989. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, dude, that was a low blow. That was a low blow.
No.
But no. Clarky, you're a young buck.
I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah, you look good for your age.
I know, but I'll thank you.
I'll slap her.
Anyways, I do feel really fortunate to have played with the national team for quite a few years now. It's been a ride.
Wait, out of curiosity, you're saying like obviously being a Sask kid and growing up not around a ton of like the Ontario kids growing up, going into your first U18 camp, who was your first friend on the national team?
Good question.
That is a good question. Actually, one of my first friends from that first U18 team that I remember making was Hannah Bunton, and now she's still like my best friend. We text like probably since
Aw.
we met at that camp. We've like the amount of days in like 12 years now that we haven't talked to is like very small. So it is pretty cool that like some camp like that, like you keep crossing paths with people, and yeah, she's one of my best friends.
That's
So it's
Wait,
cute.
that's amazing.
Who is the person that when you first met them you were like, oh my god, this person, like I'm terrified of them, but now you like them. You know what I mean? Like someone you were like, oh, I'm scared of them. You know, like how we were scared of Nat, and then she turned.
I do echo that about Nat. I was very intimidated by Nat. And to take a little bit to warm up. When I watched that part of the pod, I was like, I thought I was the only one that felt that. No,
I think it was a universal feeling.
No, shout out to Nat. Nat's amazing.
She is.
Someone that was like, oh my gosh, this is cool, which I'm sure. Well, I feel like intimidated just by like who they are, but like Pooh is someone that is like God. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, it took so long to transition from fan to like teammate and friend, because she's just like Pooh-Len, you know? But I feel like deep down I'm always going to be like a fan of her, but she's like so cool and so nice, and feel very lucky to be friends with her. But I feel like I still have moments where I'm just like, you're like really cool. Like you're a big deal.
That's super cool. Clarky, tell us a little bit about your first Olympics.
The first Olympics, it was just like such a dream. Like you get there and you just want to soak it all up. And I feel like I probably got to enjoy my second one more just because you have gotten to do it already. And it was COVID, so it felt more like just a hockey tournament than like the Olympics, because you're like isolated and you're not doing as much of like the village stuff. So I feel really lucky I got to be at 2018 and experience that and have my family over there. But yeah, I feel like the whole time you're just kind of like trying to soak up everything there is to do, and then also remembering that you have to play hockey at the same time.
You're like, oh yeah, that one thing, why I'm here. Right. We gotta. But
yeah,
I can imagine how surreal I can't even imagine how many times you were probably like, I need to pinch myself. Like is this actually happening? That's unreal, Clarky. Okay, obviously you must have some crazy stories from the village. What are some PG stories that you could share with us?
Well, I mean, our celebration in 2022 was quite a lot of fun. PG and allowed to share. So I was roommates. It's like an apartment style building for the accommodations, and most rooms had 4 people, but our room had just me, Chris Campbell, and Blair Turnbull, and then we had like the treatment room was also part of our room, so we had a little bit more space. So when it came time to celebrating, we hosted that celebration. You weren't allowed to drink at it, but we had photos that Hockey Canada gave us of like loved ones. So I had a photo of my nephew, of him, and then he's like this cutest gummy smile photo that ended up like cracked amongst like a ton of empty containers. And I have a photo of that, and I'm just like, I can't wait to show him one day when he's old enough that it's just like from the celebration, you just like see this like little photo of this cutest baby amongst everything. So that was
imagine my aunt, who's a legend, like she has this photo of me.
That's sick. That should be an album cover for him one day.
That's unreal. Wait, and sweet. And so, I mean, the festivities outside the rink were fun, but like, what was your coolest Olympic moment on the ice? I think I know what your answer is, but I want to hear it anyways.
On the ice, I mean, yeah, like winning. I want to try to be different and say something that's like, I don't know, when I blocked that shot in the second period of the third game.
When I was really team first and I patted my teammate on the back.
I mean, winning the whole day was just crazy. It kind of felt like it was just like a cinematic like movie the whole day, because thank God the game was at 1:00, so 1:00 local time, so you didn't have to like go through the whole day like thinking about it. But like, I mean, you guys know in big games, or like they say like think about the process, not the outcome, but like when you wake up and you know you're playing for a gold medal, that's like way easier said than done. But I remember like in 2018, I was so focused on us wanting to win a gold medal. Like I had the gold medal as like my screensaver, and all I thought about was like us winning, and then we didn't. And then I'm like, I remember afterwards being like, why did I focus all that time and energy to like just thinking about the outcome? So like, not even trying to be cheesy, but the whole year I just wanted to lean into the process more, because it's like at the end of the day, you're going to put everything you have into it, and whatever happens in that game is going to happen. So to like go all in on how you feel about that experience being on the outcome is, I don't think, the way to do it. So like that morning, it was so hard not to think about like hopefully winning or like how much it would suck to lose. So I was like, okay, Emily, you're getting your clothes on. Like I had to narrate my whole day, or else I would think about the ending. So it was like, okay, you're eating pregame meal, you're warming up. Like I had to like literally narrate the whole day, or else I would start thinking about the outcome. And so I feel like I was like very in the moment of the whole day, that it felt kind of like a movie when it all unfolded.
Wait, that's incredible. So yeah, you're like, I gotta stay super
Emily,
present-minded and just like be like, okay, what am I doing right now in this instance? Okay, I'm scrolling on Instagram. I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, now I gotta go back and eat.
And I go pee.
Yeah, like literally
wipe. Emily's wiping now.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, pretty much. PGT, yeah.
Yeah, no, the thing is too, it must have been so much sweeter. Like, obviously, it would have been just amazing to have 2 golds, but like knowing that you had to overcome that, and then you guys pulled it off again. I mean, I get goosebumps thinking about it. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's sick.
Aw. Thanks,
Aw.
girls.
Aw. Okay, well, enough of this.
Yeah. Okay. How was your first year of the PWHL?
How'd you feel about it?
Our first year was so good. I mean, like, of course, the 3 of us had a little bit longer of an off season than we would have liked to, by a couple weeks. But like, again, like that's an outcome thing. But on the whole, like there were so many amazing things. I was just pumped to play games again. Like it was just so fun to be on a team that like you practiced with, that you got to like go to battle with every day, and like work towards something. Like Bucks knows from like the PWHPA that last season, like it was a lot of fun. Like we flew into cool spots and we got to play more games than we had in like the previous season. But when you're not like practicing with your team and like every game working towards something, it's just such a different competitive feeling that like I was just missing so much. So that was so just different. Fun to go to work with you guys every day.
Never had to experience that, actually. It's kind of crazy. And I'm speaking like I went through it like all the other women before us. Like I had 1 year, which is like, it was different, but it's incredible to like actually have the team together. Clarky, how many years were you in the P-Dub until the PWHL?
From the start, because my senior year was when the CWHL folded. So.
Wait, wow. Okay.
I didn't play in the C-Dub, but it folded like my senior spring of college. So like I graduated at Wisconsin not knowing what I was doing for hockey like the following season.
That's crazy. The C-Dub sounded like a fictional thing. Like it just sounded like the most rowdy league ever.
Have you ever been to those like to watch?
Yeah, I remember as like a fan. I would absolutely be there. Yeah, but like hearing what took place in the locker rooms, it's so funny.
I haven't heard about this.
Yeah, well, we'll have to get somebody on like Howie.
You need someone. Yeah, you need a CWHL alum, because I mean, like you said, you only had the P-Dub for a year, and Zoe never played in the P-Dub, which I'm thrilled that you never had to. You just get to come out to the league. But like even the C-Dub, like that's a very important piece of the puzzle. And like, yeah, the girls' stories from that are pretty crazy. But again, like this all wouldn't happen without that too. But you definitely have to get a C-Dub alum on the pod.
Absolutely. So Clarky, what would be your like favorite moment of this past season. Let's start with on the ice, and then we'll go to like locker room moment, because we're gonna ask you about something like that people might not know, but like a funny locker room moment.
Okay.
But yeah, like what's your like favorite like, wow, this is an incredible first PWHL inaugural season moment?
I mean, I feel like it's easy. Like our first game was unreal. Like coming out to TV, like I was super excited to be in Ottawa because I knew the community would get behind the team, but I never expected us to sell out from game one. And you guys know when you come out for warm up, like you expect some people there, like the eager people, the families. But when we came out for warm up for that first game, it was packed. Like towels were going, people were going crazy, and that was just warm up. Like that whole game was like, I feel like that was like such a cool moment because that was the first, such a build up. But then our first win, I think, was also really special because it was like that moment was huge on so many like levels. But then our first win was so cool because it's like that was like a franchise moment. That's not just like the greater women's hockey moment. So I'd probably say our first win was pretty cool too. And then yeah, our game in Detroit. There's so many. Like there were so many highlights.
So many.
Probably when
so
Emma
many.
Buckles joined.
Yeah,
great day.
Yeah. I was just wondering. I wasn't sure if when you were gonna get to that, but yeah. I mean, that's probably up there for sure.
I didn't know if that qualified as an on ice or off ice moment, so I got confused.
Well, honestly, it is pretty crazy though. Like the fans in Ottawa, it's unmatched. It is crazy. People love it. Like when we had that practice and like, it was like on a Monday or a Tuesday, and people were out there like coming to watch a practice and be part of FanFest. It's like, yeah, Ottawa fans are next level.
City of Dreams.
The City of Dreams. That's what they call it. Okay, Clarky.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. It's the big city. So tell us, give us some behind the scenes. I think a few things come to mind when I think of Clarky, locker room moments. But tell us one of your favorite locker room moments from this past year.
Besides when you joined the squad.
Yeah. No, like that one's like.
Now that we're on the off ice moments.
Yeah.
That did change a lot. I think on off ice moments, I don't know if this is a specific moment, but just like the whole accent and Western bit that we had for like months. Like I remember when Sam first came, and it was like days before she heard anyone's real voice, and she was like I actually don't know what Gabby's real voice sounds like because it had been so long of Western voices.
Wait, was it Shy D'Arcangelo? I think it was Shy. She came on the team and she asked somebody, she was like, wait, is Gabby actually from the South? Like, she fully thought that she bought into the fact that this was a real thing, and I was like, oh my gosh, we've gone too far with this.
Committed to the bit. So I feel like that whole thing honestly fueled us. And I feel like that came about at kind of like a time when we were on a bit of a rut, and that I think at one point, like even the locker room, I remember before our game in Montreal that it was like going crazy in the room with the Southern accents. And I had a moment where I was like, I don't know, I feel like we might need to dial it in here. Like, I think that we should get a little serious. And then I was like, whatever, like it's so funny, like just let it go. Because people are having like legit hockey talks in the Southern accents. Like it was like talking about the forecheck.
I know exactly the game you're talking about.
It took over.
Yes. At the Bell Center, and then we played really well and we won, and it was like, okay, like I feel like our team's thing was just like having fun. Like I feel like we had so much fun even in some of the not as fun results. Like we managed to stick together, and I feel like the Southern accents like really were the glue that kept us together.
It's actually so funny because we've like tried to like avoid talking about this. People like ask us all the time about like, do you guys have like Southern alter egos? And we always dodge it because I remember me and Belzy did an interview. It scared us so much because we did like a good amount of the interview in the accent, and then we were like, wait, we don't want people to like think that this is coming off like weird, like we don't want to offend anybody, like we're so sorry. And then we were like, we can't say anything anymore. But no, we all did. I think it's fair to say and all right to say that we really did all have alter egos on the team, and the southern accent was, what was your name, Clarky?
Sister.
Constant. Well, I'm just Sister Clarky. That it didn't. I feel like Sister Clarky came out more.
Clarky, we've been asking everybody that's come on the pod, depending on their position, like what. So for you, being a forward, who's a really tough defender to go against?
And we just want to make it clear, like you can't say either of us, because that's just we
and maybe a defender on New York, you can't say either, but.
Yeah, well, I don't like playing against that defender on New York because I'm always in video against her, and everyone is like snickering when she's like breaking my ankles, and I'm like, this is very rude.
But yeah, who's somebody that you're like, they give me hell every time I play against them. Like they're such a good D.
I mean, I feel like Renata Fast is just very difficult. I find it fun to play against Renata, because I feel like we can compete very hard, but she's so fast. Like you get half a step and then you need at least 7 steps if you're going to do something about it. Like, so I find she's very hard to play against because she's physical, she's smart, she has a good stick, and she's so fast. Like it's insane.
It actually would be extremely unfortunate if she wasn't fast and that was her last name. So yeah, really good that she lives up to that name. That's a legendary last name. That's unreal. Clarky, summer training. If you want to train like Emily Clark, what do? What's your summer training regimen?
Honestly, I'm still ironing it out. I feel like we haven't had an off season this long, so I'm like, I feel like I took a couple weeks off and then I got back in them, and then I went to Italy, which I would recommend for the summer training. I got my steps in. But no, I mean, now I'm in the swing of things. It's like, yeah, it's pretty standard stuff. Like five like workouts a week and 2 ice times a week right now. Nothing too crazy.
Wake up at 4 a.m., start visualizing. Go to my first workout.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I did forget that. Absolutely no McDonald's has been had this off season.
None of that. Sure. None of that. Especially no gelato in Italy, eh?
No gelato, no McGriddles. Highly recommend staying away from those.
Okay. So we like to do this little thing called Questions Corner. It's pretty crazy. We answer questions that people send to us. So Clarky, we're just going to fire off some questions and let us know what your heart says.
Here we go.
Miss Clark, which summer Olympic sport would you like to compete at, and why?
Oh boy. I feel like track. Like, I mean, I'm most excited to watch track, so I feel like I would like to compete in track.
I think it'd be so sick to be really good at table tennis. I was watching that during my workout today. Unbelievable. Just like the accuracy, the speed. Have you watched it?
Yeah. No.
Clarky?
Not at these Olympics. I haven't watched it yet, but I have previously, and I do have an appreciation for what they do because I stink at table tennis.
Or diving. I think diving's super cool.
Yeah.
Zozo?
Is there sumo wrestling? No, right?
No.
Actually, no? Okay. I looked to Sister Clark. I was like, is there? I don't know.
In that case, I think I would like to do beach volleyball. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh.
Yeah,
you'd be great at that.
Yeah, be tanning while you compete. It's just a win-win.
Okay, you guys, go to karaoke song.
I haven't karaoke'd in too long.
Okay, I'll go. Hey, Clarky, I don't mean to cut
please,
you off.
Please.
Clarky, just pipe down, okay? It's not your show, so maybe just wait your turn. Thank you. I would do Mambo number 5.
Like, that's a show.
Oh, yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, sister.
Are you sure it's okay if I?
I was actually talking about
Yeah, well, it's funny, not to cut you off, but yeah, I think mine would be Party in the USA.
Oh, good one.
It's just a classic. Or an Adele song, but that's like only if I'm in my feels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess depends on the feeling of the crowd.
Clarky, can you wait? Clarky, can you wait? Benji has to answer his first.
Oh, mine?
Yeah.
Listen, when you start speaking about it, I was thinking about it. Mine is actually Roses by Outkast.
Oh, good one.
Do you hear him?
I think that's a great, it gets people hyped. There's highs, there's lows.
Yes.
The beat is funky. Like, you can't go wrong with that.
Oh.
And if I feel like I'm on a roll with Outkast, I'll do like Hey Ya by Andre.
That's unbelievable.
You know?
I actually can't believe you can't write this up. Whenever
you can't make that
song.
Outkast organic
Just
came
great
out.
to say, right?
When I think of Outkast, I automatically think of Sister Clark. It's just automatic for me.
What is it? Shake It? Is that the name of the song?
Is it
Shake it.
like
It came on at my camp, Buckles, and I thought of you instantly.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's
Honored.
Outkast's greatest hits. But anyways, Sister Clark, go-to karaoke song.
I honestly, not to be lame, I don't have one, but I'd probably pick a Taylor Swift one.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
1989.
This is specifically just for you, Sister Clark. Who does she think is the most attractive one on the team? And this is from Natalie Snodgrass.
She ends it with me, period.
Thank you, Nat, for sending that one in.
Yeah, first off, hi Natalie. How are you?
Haven't talked to you in a while. Miss you, girl.
Yeah, I mean, Natalie is just a 12 out of 10. So there's just not much more to say about that.
Yeah, absolutely. If in a street fight, which team are you choosing to back you up?
That's a
Probably
good question.
also Natalie, actually.
I'd feel safe.
True. It's a back-to-back answer.
Sure, Natalie, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, Sister Clark, what is the weirdest fact about you that nobody knows about?
I do have long toes, but Zoe likes that.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe likes to interlock toes with me.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we might have to end.
Clark. You don't share that with everybody.
I feel like my fun fact was like the McDonald's thing, but I already.
Dude, that is a great fun fact. I think
that.
that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
What's your favorite fizzy drink? Not flat, fizzy.
My favorite. Oh, Diet Coke, like 1,000%.
Over Coke Zero?
Wow.
Yeah, over Coke Zero. Well, I love
What?
Dr. Pepper, but do you guys ever see, like, when we go out a lot, I get just Diet Cokes. Like,
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, there's like a ton of drinks in front of Clarky. I was like, whoa, Clarky, like you're getting after it. It's just straight up Diet Coke. I'm like, oh, okay. Never mind.
Oh, crazy. Yeah, I peaked when I was 6 on that front.
Okay, and Clarky, this is the final question. The people want to know, what do you love most about living in Ottawa?
City that never sleeps.
Aw, I do love Ottawa. Well, there is a certain place that Buckles recommended one time by the name of it's a bar and grill.
We need them as a sponsor.
Swizzle.
Swizzles, if you're out there and you're listening to this podcast, I feel like
Swizzle. They should host our next team bonding event.
Swizzles is a great institution.
No, other than Swizzles, Ottawa, I love the city. I love like the area by the rink. I feel like we're so lucky, but not to be lame, but little soft moments. We haven't talked about our teammates enough. I just feel like our team is so fun. Like I just love our team and going to work every day. So that's that.
Yeah, best coworkers ever.
Yeah, you guys aren't bad.
That's amazing. Well, Sister Clark, despite the people don't know this, but there was a power outage. There's been multiple times the Wi-Fi is cut out. This has probably been the most most painful experience for Sister Clark, but we appreciate her so much. for hanging with us today and being
Yes.
on the pod. Sister Clark, love you so much. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, I love you guys too. Thanks for having me. That was the best 4 hours I've ever spent.
Watch this. It's only going to be cut down to 5 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.